Okay, so you say the Bible and all this stuff is fake. Well, the Bible is also fake, right? It's also, part of the illusion. So then why are you referring to stories within that to rationalize your position? And I do things like this sometimes, guys. Yeah, it's, I think if your position, if you're operating in truth, right, your position has to be so strong that no matter how you actually argue the case, or no matter, in my favorite words, no matter how you slice the cake, bro, you're still gonna get the same fractal in the thing. Okay, so the Bible, yes, it was written by mortals, consciousness in human form, just like us. They put it together and they've handed it down. Of course there are lies in it, of course it's been fucking amended, of course it's been tweaked, of course stories have been borrowed into it and stuff like that. But there's no such thing as borrowing stories, right? All stories belong to everybody, right? So like in Europe, we pride ourselves on a story like Romeo and Juliet, right? Everyone's like, oh, but when you go to Bali, there's a story of Ramasinta as well, which is basically the same story. The stories exist everywhere, yeah? So in essence, the stories don't belong to anybody. So even if, the Egyptian stories have been lifted, it's not been lifted. It's the same stories that happen everywhere. Do you know why? Because the same things happen to only us. Every single day. Everywhere. So therefore, if I'm going to look at a singular point of reference that I can challenge, or find information that tells me the story, the truth, which is hidden in codes, it's got to be the Bible. It can't be any other thing. What? Okay, cool. Let's go down this road then. What body of work anywhere, right, uses metaphor and allegory and symbolism, esoteric codes, occultic knowledge, embedded truths, right, to tell the story of ascension, tell the story of masculine and feminine energies, to tell the story about the dynamics between masculine and feminine and how we can obtain balance, hidden truths about ourselves and our nature, ego, pride, all our really dark aspects, all our light aspects. What book in the world covers that? Or what covers that extensively like the Bible does? Nothing. In Genesis alone, you get exposed to in Genesis, I swear, bro, I'm telling you, even up until Genesis 6-7, bro, I've read that book yeah, even up until that point, the whole story, you see everything, even before you've got to the 8th chapter. It's incredible, and it's like all the stories are embedded and re-embedded, bro. Like as we go along, I'll show you some codes, man. Even the names, bro, the names that are used, because we are talking to ourselves, right? We're talking to our own selves, bro. It's not anybody that left anything for anywhere. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John are in skin suits walking around somewhere right now, bro. It's just facts. They're walking around somewhere. They don't know that they were that energy in that previous iteration. They have no idea. Just like you have no idea what you were before. But it's all you, because even if you're the only person, the only singular energy experiencing, right? And your configuration and the dream that you've dreamt, right? All the characters within that dream, which came from you, yeah, and the reality they present to you, they are all your narratives. They are all yours. Do you see? So whichever way you look at it is the same, bro. And that's why I use that book. And going further still, it's like, all right, if we don't refer to that and see the codes are right there, yeah? You can't argue with me on that one. Okay, so we put the book away and we say, okay, cool. Let me walk along a bit. We put the book down and we say, all right, cool. What's the alternative then? Surely it can't just be as simple as having a book here, yeah, which is telling us all these things. It's not as simple as that. It is as simple as that. What makes you think it's not as simple as that? It's your ego, bro. It's your ego, because your ego, it's as simple as that, bro. You know, and you have to be able to understand things as clear cut as a 2-year-old, not as a 5-year-old, 7-year-old. You have to be able to see reality, right? Clear cut. It doesn't have to be complicated, because it's not complicated. It's just God having an experience in some landscape. It's as simple as that, really. Because it doesn't matter what argument, which way we look at it, bro. Even if we put the book down and I say, okay, cool, face to face, we're just gonna discuss reality using your own basis, your own science, right? The very thing that you guys, like, it's your altar, you worship at that place, right? And we take the very fundamental fucking building blocks of it, right? Like the scientific method and shit like that, and we measure that against the reality. It just doesn't work out, bro. It doesn't stack up. So then you start to realize, okay, if I can't rest my hat on this fucking, on science, right, then okay, then we're in complete free fall then, because that means science is, okay, cool, we're in free fall, right? We're just free falling and we're just a meaningless existence. But then no, it can't be, because the very same things that are written in that book happen to us. So if the very things that are written in that book happen to us, right, then it stands to reason that the moral virtues and things in that book perhaps might be helpful to us, bro. Just saying. On some simple shit, it'll tell you don't kill, don't steal, don't be greedy, don't covet your fucking neighbor's shit, you know, don't lie, don't steal. Like, and if you apply those rules by your shit, bro, you don't have to go and pay anybody money, bro. You apply those rules by, and you don't have to call yourself anything. You apply those rules, you're good. Because you will start to operate from the perspective of oneness. Because even if you live in complete separation and you apply the 10 commandments, right, to your life, you're complete separatist, 100% ego. You're there, but you're applying those 10 rules, right? Or you're being mindful of the 7 deadly sins, yeah, which is basically look at your calculator, there's sin on there, right? And there's cause, yeah, all these things are there. It's referring to energy. Why choose the word sins? Why not call it crimes against God? Guys, every single word chosen in that book was chosen specifically, and people that put it together, like, they're metaphysicians of the highest order. Every single word means something. Do you understand? Anyway, let's not digress. So even if you apply those virtues to your life, right, like, you start to automatically live in oneness. And if you start to automatically live in oneness, bro, then your ego would dissolve naturally. It just wouldn't have a place to be. You're not coveting, you're not looking at another person, so there's none of that. So envy will have to die within you, right? That animalistic spirit called envy, it'll have to die, you know. And lust, and they'll die, they'll have to die. They'll literally have to die, bro. So it's not really about being a label, because most people think they're individuals, but humanity loves a label, bro. So that's why, bro, like, everything has a reference. Every dream, right, before you go into a dream, it has certain components, right, certain structures. That's why when we come into this place from childhood, we're fed images, right? You know, we're taught only like a specific number of sounds. You know, we're taught the alphabet. We're taught a very specific range of colors. We're taught a very narrow band of everything, right? And then when we come here, we see the reality based on those tools only. Because if I have only given you those colors, yeah, those primaries and secondary colors, that's it, right? There's no more outside the range, bro. How can you visualize a color you've never seen? You can't. You can't. So then that means your whole reality is trapped in this fucking dark, low vibrational state. You can't expand. Do you know how many colors there are out there, bro? Color spectrum is vast. I don't even know if, like, vast is a word to cover it. Jedis know what I'm talking about. The ego is a very simple-minded thing, you know. It almost thinks it almost behaves like a dog in a way. It's a very narrow band of expression, you know. Very narrow band of everything. So yeah, we're given these things, and then we kind of express within that range. Because I guarantee you, right, if we had 2 children, both in like preschool, and we started to teach one about seeing beyond the veil, extended like languages, and because who told us that kids can't learn infinite amounts of information in seconds? Like, why do they need to be taught this very slow pace? It's all inverted, bro. They're fast, like their brain is at maximum capacity when they're young, because at that point they're pure consciousness. There's very little ego. There's almost no ego initially anyway. They just absorb. So imagine but instead of that, we box ourselves in. We create this very narrow box, and then we grow within that very little box, and we can't expand. Then we scream and shout at everybody and think it's the fault of like some external God. No, you're just in a very tiny pot. You're only seeing a very tiny piece of the whole thing, bro. That's what it is. You understand? You're all magicians, man. And alchemists, all of you, bro. Like, every single one of us is, bro. Just need to use it, you know? So yeah, you have to kind of look at the basics in that book, bro, and apply it to your life, bro. Go in there, they talk about pride, they talk about modesty, they talk about humility, they talk about, bro, all the codes are there. Like Proverbs, there's like words of like, there's wisdom in there, actual like just verses on how a young man should behave, how a young woman should behave. It's just telling you the best way to manage your animal. Like, literally, it tells you in black and white, bro. And it tells you what to expect when you mismanage your energy. It tells you. You know, just by the virtue of the Adam and Eve story, you know, you need to be wary of thoughts, and you need to be wary of thoughts coming from your your reflection, bro, because it's you. And you have to be very, very careful. You always have to. It's so many codes, bro. Cain and Abel, straight away it gives you the codes. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Then you look at the alliance. Okay, cool. Bro, it tell you everything. Tell you everything, bro. You don't need to go to no church. You don't need to be no Christian, bro. In the whole Bible, yeah, God didn't tell you to go to church, bro. That Jesus didn't tell you to go to church, bro. He did not tell you that, bro. He did not say that. I don't give a fuck. So you don't need a label. He didn't tell you that, because he himself, how would he have been a Christian? Because he didn't follow. Do you understand? You don't need a label. You're free. And just apply the codes, bro. Just apply the codes. Apply the codes. Everything else is illusion. I know it's a scary thought, but bro, just accept the fact that you have died before. Yeah, many times. You've reincarnated many times. You've seen that, you've experienced that, you've experienced all types of shit. Yeah. And you're currently here playing this character. And that's it. It's cool. Don't overthink it. You know, it didn't come from no explosion. You didn't come from. You just spawned here, bro. You literally just spawned here. Through some foggy haze. You know, which is supposed to be your life, bro. The beginning of your life. Imagine that shit, bro. You don't even remember it. So then that in itself reveals something to you, like you don't even remember your childhood. You don't even remember when you were here. In that state of awareness. You have no recollection, zero. None. Yeah? So how's that any different from when you ascend states or you are in a different configuration, your memory is completely wiped and it's left in that body. Because you dropped the baby body's not here anymore. Where is it? Where's your baby body? You live more in your grown-up body than any other suit that you've worn here, right? Where are they? Oh, they just grew and stuff. No, your cells replaced, bro. You literally have shed it somewhere along the way. Yeah, bro. You know you're snapping when the fucking algorithm itself is glitching against you, bro. But I have a job to do, man. So yeah, you know, I have a job to do in real life. And at the moment, yeah, bro, like, man, it's like, yeah, man, it's wild. Anyway, peace and love. Yeah, and all the rest of it.